Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera to all my students, especially for Bestari and for Cerdas. Okay, I hope you all in a good condition and have a high motivation to learn our subtopic today. So today we are going to continue chapter 10 with the 10.2 circulatory system of humans. Okay, I hope you already done your assignment. Alright, okay, let's go to the learning standards that you have to cover for this 10.2 circulatory system of humans. Okay, so pupils are able to describe components of the human circulatory systems that made up of heart, blood vessel, and blood. And then number 2, explain the composition of the blood that consists of the blood plasma and the blood cells. Right, and then compare and contrast the types of the blood vessels that consist of the artery, vein, and also capillary. And then label the structure of the human heart and associates blood vessels. Okay, so you have to label the structure of the human heart and you have to explain the structure and describe the function of parts of the heart. Alright, so I want you to do your concept map based on the learning standards of today. Right? Okay, let's go to the introduction of the circulatory system of humans. Okay, there are three main components in the circulatory system of humans. Okay, what are they? First, blood. Okay, blood is a type of connective tissue. Yeah, connective tissue that is made up of blood plasma, blood cells, and also platelets. Yeah, so blood acts as a medium of transportation. Okay, so if in the question asking about the function of the blood, so you have to answer as a medium of transportation. Okay, and then the second component, heart. Yeah, is heart function as a muscular pumps, yeah, that pump the blood and circulate the blood to the whole body. Okay, and then the blood vessels consist of the arteries, capillaries, and also veins, yeah, that are connected to the heart and transport blood to all the body tissues. Alright, so these are referred to the three components of the human circulatory system. Okay, so this is our blood vessels. Yeah, okay, this is our heart and this is our blood. Okay, now let's go to the structure of the heart. Okay, the heart is located between the lungs. Yeah, it's located between the lungs. Okay, in the thorax cavity. So where is the thorax cavity? Yeah, thorax cavity refers to the cavity inside the rib cage. So our heart is located in the rib cage, right? And then contain 4 chambers. Yeah, contain 4 chambers, right? Namely left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle, and right ventricle. Okay, the left chamber is separated from the right chamber by a muscular wall called septum. Okay, later we will look at the diagram in detail about the heart. The atrium, okay, so this is our heart. So this is referred to the atrium. Okay, so heart consists of the 4 chamber. Yeah, 4 chamber. Okay, 2 chamber of the atrium. Yeah, 2 chamber of the atrium, which are left atrium and right atrium. And then another 2 chamber is left ventricle and right ventricle. So there is a 4 chamber of the heart. Okay, what is the function of the atrium? Yeah, atrium receive blood. Yeah, receive blood that returns to the heart, while ventricle, okay, what is the function of the ventricle? Pumps blood out of the heart. Okay, so atrium, the function of the atrium is to receive the bloods, yeah, that return to the heart, yeah, from the body, from the whole body, and also from the lungs. Yeah. And the ventricle, yeah, function of the ventricle is pump the blood out of the heart. Okay, the ventricle has thicker wall, yeah, okay, and contracts stronger than the atrium. Okay, so as you can see from the diagram here, the ventricle wall is thick, yeah, thicker than the atrium. Yeah, okay. Okay, I repeat, the muscular wall of the left ventricle is much thicker than the muscular wall of the right ventricle. Okay, so you have to know that the wall, yeah, the wall of the ventricle that consists of the muscle cells. So this muscular wall of the left ventricle is much thicker, yeah, much thicker from the right atrium. Right. Then this is because, okay, why the left ventricle thicker than the right ventricle? Okay, because the left ventricle has to generate greater pressure. Yeah, the left ventricle has to generate greater pressure to pump blood out of the aorta to the whole body, while the right ventricle only has to pump blood to the lungs. Alright, okay. So the reason why the muscular wall of the left ventricle is thicker than the wall of the right ventricle is, okay, what is the reason? Because the left ventricle has to generate a higher pressure, okay, or greater pressure. For what? To pump the blood out of the aorta to the whole body, yeah, to the whole body. Compared to the right ventricle, it just to pump the blood out to the lungs, right? So the right ventricle no need a greater pressure, but the left ventricle need a greater pressure, yeah, because it has to pump the blood out of the aorta to the whole body. Alright, okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so right, okay, what can we see from the diagram here? Okay, so it's stated here the coronary arteries. Okay, so this is referred to the arteries of the heart. Yeah, arteries of the heart, right? The red color, yeah, the red color is referred to the coronary arteries, and the blue color here refer to the coronary veins. Okay, so what is the function of the coronary arteries? Yeah, coronary arteries transport oxygenated blood for the heart tissues. Okay, while the coronary vein, the blue color here, transport deoxygenated blood. Alright, so why we have to know about the coronary arteries? Okay, because when there is a blockage, yeah, when there is a blockage of the coronary arteries because of the deposition of the fat or cholesterol, so it will cause heart attack. Right? Okay, so that is a little bit information about the coronary arteries. Okay, so now let's take a look on the structure of the human heart. Yeah, the structure of the human heart. Okay, so the human heart consists of the four chamber. Okay, four chamber on the upper side, or two chamber on the upper side. Okay, and then there are the two chamber in the lower side. Okay, so the chamber on the upper side we call as the atrium. Yeah, atrium. Okay, so the atrium will receive the blood that returns to the heart. Okay, so the lower chamber we call as a ventricle. Yeah, the lower chamber called as a ventricle. So what is the function of the ventricle? The function of the ventricle is to pump the blood out of the heart. Okay, so let's take a look again to the atrium. Okay, so this is referred to the left atrium. Yeah, left atrium. Yeah, left atrium is on our right. Okay, so on the paper is right. On the paper is right. Okay, alright, make sure you can label it correctly. Yeah, so left atrium is here, and this is referred to the right atrium. Yeah, right atrium. And then this is referred to the left ventricle, and this is referred to the right ventricle. Okay, as you can see from here, the left ventricle wall is thicker than the right ventricle wall. Okay, so what is the reason? To generate a greater or higher pressure to pump the blood out of the heart to the whole body. Alright, okay, so this is referred to the septum. Yeah, septum. Okay, septum will separate the left part of the heart from the right part. So it means that the oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood does not mix. Yeah, does not mix. Right? So this chamber, yeah, the atrium, the left atrium and the left ventricle will receive the oxygenated blood. Yeah, receive the oxygenated blood. Right? Okay, from the lungs. Okay. Here, if right atrium, it will receive the deoxygenated blood from the whole body. Alright, okay, so that is referred to the chamber of the heart. Okay, now let's take a look on the blood vessels of the heart. Yeah, blood vessels of the heart. Okay, we start with the vena cava here. Yeah, vena cava. Alright, so vena cava is here and this is referred to the aorta. Okay, aorta. Aorta is the largest arteries in the bodies. Yeah, it's the largest artery in the bodies. Okay, and then, alright, so actually what is the function of the aorta? Yeah, aorta will carry the oxygenated blood to the whole body. Okay, whereby the vena cava, will transport the deoxygenated blood back to the heart. Right? So it means that the deoxygenated blood from the whole body will enter to the right atrium through vena cava. Right? Okay, and then the other two vessels. So this is referred to the pulmonary veins. Yeah, pulmonary veins. Okay, pulmonary veins. Okay, so what is the function of the pulmonary veins? It will transport the oxygenated blood from the lungs. Right? So the pulmonary veins here will connect it to the lungs. They will connect it to the lungs here. Okay, so what is the function of the pulmonary veins? It will transport the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. And then, okay, this is referred to the pulmonary artery. Okay, pulmonary artery will carry the deoxygenated blood, okay, to the lungs. Yeah, to the lungs. Right? Okay. So that referred to the blood vessels of the heart. Okay, make sure you know the chambers of the heart and also the blood vessel of the heart and its function. Okay, let's take a look at the other structure of the heart. Okay, what are they? Okay, this is referred to the valve. Okay, valve here. Okay, so this is referred to the tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. Yeah, tricuspid valve are located between the right atrium and the right ventricle. So what is the function of the valve? It will ensure the blood flows. Yeah, it will ensure the blood flows from the right atrium to the right ventricle. Alright, and it will ensure the blood does not flow back to the right atrium. Okay, why the name is tricuspid? Because this valve consists of the three leaflets. Yeah, okay, dia mempunyai tiga pintu. Yeah, tricuspid. So you have to remember tricuspid valve on the right side. Yeah, tricuspid valve on the right side. Right? Okay, and then here, so this is referred to the bicuspid valve. Okay, bicuspid valve located between the left atrium and left ventricle. Okay, yeah? And what is the function of the bicuspid valve? Yeah? So it will ensure the blood, the blood from the left atrium flow into the left ventricle. Yeah, and it will ensure the blood does not flow back to the arterium. Okay, so that is the function of the valve. Okay, this is referred to the bicuspid valve. Okay, why the name is bicuspid? Because got two leaflets. Yeah, so you have to remember the bicuspid valve is on the left side of the heart. Right? Okay. Alright. So there. Okay. The last structure. Yeah, refer to the semi-lunar valve. Okay. So this is referred to the semi-lunar valve. A semi-lunar valve located at the base of the pulmonary artery. So this is pulmonary artery. So semi-lunar valve located at the base of the pulmonary artery and also at the base of the aorta. Okay, what is the function? Okay, it ensures that blood which flows out of the heart does not flow back into the ventricle. Right? Okay, or the other words, it will ensure the blood flow in one direction. Okay, so that is referred to the structure of the heart that you have to memorize. Yeah, memorize the structure and also the function. Okay, please memorize it. So this is referred to the septum just now. Okay, what is the function of the septum? Septum separate the left part of the heart from the right part of the heart. Right, and it also ensures that the oxygenated blood does not mix with the deoxygenated blood. Okay, now we go to the composition of the human blood. The composition of the human blood. Okay, the human blood consists of 55% plasma, 55% plasma, and 45% cell components. Yeah, cell components, right? So you have to remember 55% is plasma, 45% is cell. Right? Okay, so plasma, what is a plasma? Plasma is a medium. It is a colorless liquid. Yeah, it's a medium of transportation in the body. So the components of the blood cell consist of the red blood cells or erythrocytes. Okay, so the other name of the red blood cell is erythrocyte. Okay, please remember that. Platelets and also white blood cells. So the other name for the white blood cells is leukocyte. Alright. So this is referred to the components of the blood after centrifuge. Yeah, after we centrifuge the blood, so we can see there is a two layer. Actually, we can see two layer. Yeah, okay. So that consists of the plasma. Yeah, plasma on the top here, and here refer to the cell components. Yeah, cell components that consist of the leukocyte and platelets and also erythrocytes. Okay, so this is referred to the structure of the erythrocyte of the or the RBC, yeah, or the red blood cell. Okay, this is referred to the platelets and the leukocyte here. So this is the leukocyte. Okay, blood plasma components consist of water, protein plasma, solutes. The solutes ni merujuk kepada bahan yang terlarut di dalam darah. Contohnya nutrients, nutrients such as glucose and also excretory substance, excretory substance such as urea and respiratory gases, and also hormones and enzymes. Okay, so these are referred to the blood plasma component. So the color of the blood plasma is like this. Right, pale yellow. Right, okay. So now let's take a look on the components of the blood plasma. Components of the blood plasma that consists of water. So 90% of the blood plasma is water. So water is a medium of transportation and also a solvent for respiratory gases, ion, digestive product, and excretory substance. Okay. The other components of the blood plasma is plasma proteins. Plasma proteins. Okay, example of the plasma proteins are fibrinogen. Fibrinogen plays a role in blood clotting. And then albumin. Yeah, albumin controls the blood osmotic pressure. So all of these are proteins. Yeah, fibrinogen, albumin, and the example is globulin. Yeah, globulin. It is a type of antibody. Yeah, that is involved in the body defense. Okay, so these are example of the plasma proteins. And then we go to the solutes. Okay, solutes. Okay, solutes in the plasma consist of the nutrients such as glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, and glycerol. Yeah, nutrients are important for energy, growth, and also maintenance of the heart. And also got excretory substance in the that are referred to the toxic substance, yeah, that need to be disposed from the body. Okay, and respiratory gas nutrients such as oxygen, yeah, that is required for the respiration of cell, and also carbon dioxide, which is referred to the byproduct of respiration. And hormones and enzymes. Okay, so hormones and enzymes also the components of the plasma. Yeah, components of the blood plasma. So hormones control physiological activities in the body. So in the next topic, we are going to learn about the hormones, right? Okay, and then there is also enzyme. Yeah, enzymes are involved in the metabolic process of cells. Okay, do you still remember the enzymes? Enzymes will involve in the digestion. So the blood transport the hormones, yeah, to the target cells. Okay, so that is referred to the components of the blood plasma. Okay, the second components of the blood is, okay, we go to the blood cell. Yeah, so the blood cells is the components of the blood. Okay, so the blood cell consists of erythrocyte, leukocyte, and also platelet. Okay, got E here, right? Okay, platelet. Right. Okay, so the other name of the erythrocyte is the red blood cell. Yeah, red blood cell. And leukocyte refer to the white blood cells. Okay, platelet. Okay, platelet. Later we will look at what is a platelet. Alright. So we go to the characteristics of the RBC. Okay, what is the RBC? Red blood cell or the erythrocyte. Okay, has an elastic, plasma membrane. Okay, the biconcave shape enables a large TSA per V for efficient gases exchange. Okay, as you can see from the diagram here, we can look that there is a concave. Yeah, this is a concave shape in between, in the middle. Yeah, in the middle. So we can say that it has a biconcave shape. Yeah, biconcave shape. Okay, and then it does not have a nucleus. Yeah, okay, so that does not have any nucleus, right, at the mature stage, so that more hemoglobin can be loaded into it. It is produced in the bone marrows, okay, bone marrows, yeah, such as in the sternum and also ribs. Okay, can live up to 120 days, and it is destroyed in the liver or lymph through the phagocytosis process. Okay, so the lifespan of the RBC is only 4 months. After 4 months, it will be destroyed in the liver. Right. Okay, what is the function of the erythrocyte? Okay, before we go to the function of the erythrocyte, so you have to know what is inside the erythrocyte. So each erythrocyte has a hemoglobin. Yeah, hemoglobin. It is a protein, yeah, which is a red pigment that gives blood its red color. Yeah, okay, the red color of the blood is come from the hemoglobin. Yeah, hemoglobin in the erythrocyte. So the hemoglobin contains a heme group. The heme group consists of an iron atom, yeah, which is the binding site for oxygen. So the heme will combine with the oxygen. Yeah, okay. The hemoglobin combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. Yeah, form oxyhemoglobin in high oxygen pressure condition. Alright, so what is the oxyhemoglobin? That is referred to the oxygen that combine with the hemoglobin. So oxyhemoglobin releases oxygen in tissues or cells when the partial pressure of oxygen is low. Okay, so when the oxyhemoglobin reaches to the cell, so the oxyhemoglobin will break down and the oxygen will diffuse into the body cells. Right? Okay, so that is referred to the function of the erythrocyte. So basically, what is the function of erythrocyte? It is to transport oxygen, yeah, to the cells. Okay, so you have to know that inside the erythrocyte there is a hemoglobin. Yeah, so the hemoglobin will combine with the oxygen and then will form the oxyhemoglobin and will transport to the body cells. So when it reaches to the body cells, the oxyhemoglobin will break down and oxygen will diffuse into the body cells. Okay, so that is referred to the function of erythrocyte. Okay, next we go to the characteristic and functions of the platelet. Yeah, platelets. So platelets are produced from fragments. Yeah, it is not a cell, it is just a fragment. Yeah, fragments or scraps of cell cytoplasm that originate from the bone marrow. Right, so what is a platelet? It is referred to the fragments of the cell cytoplasm. Okay, the lifespan is less than 1 week. Yeah, okay, involved in the blood clotting process. So platelets is very important in the blood clotting process. Okay, so this is referred to the platelet. Yeah, the structure of the platelet. Alright, so this is also referred to the structure of the platelets. Yeah, okay, involved in the blood clotting process. Okay, next we go to the leukocyte. Okay, the shape of the leukocyte or white blood cell is irregular and is not fixed. It is not fixed. Ya, dia tidak ada bentuk yang tetap. It is a irregular shape. Contain nucleus. Okay, does not contain hemoglobin. Okay, produced in the bone marrow. Same with the RBC and also the platelets. Lifespan is less than 5 days. Lifespan is just 5 days. Yeah? After 5 days, it will be destroyed in the liver. Okay. Leukocyte can diffuse out of the capillary pores and fight pathogens in tissue fluids. Okay, so the special characteristics of the leukocyte is it can squeeze out from the capillary, yeah, from the capillary wall, and then it will enter into the tissue fluid. Yeah, it can diffuse. The leukocyte can diffuse out of the capillary pore and fight pathogens in the tissue fluids. Okay, what is the tissue fluids? It is referred to the fluids that pass the cell. Yeah, in the fluids inside the external the fluids inside the internal environment. Yeah, internal environment. Okay, the two types of the leukocyte. Okay, what are they? Okay, granulocytes. Okay, and another one is agranulocyte. Alright, so there are two types of the leukocyte. Okay, what are they? First is granulocytes, and second one is agranulocyte. Okay, granulocyte means the cell contain granules. Yeah, contain granules. Okay, so example of the cells are neutrophils, eusinophils, and basophils. Okay, so as we can see from the diagram here, this is referred to the eusinophil. Okay, you can see the granules inside the eusinophil. Yeah? Okay, eusinophil. And then the neutrophil also got granules here. That's why they are called as granulocyte, and also basophil here got granules here. Okay, agranulocyte without granules. Yeah, the cell without granules. Okay, so examples of the agranulocytes are lymphocyte and also monocyte. Yeah, monocyte. Okay, so this one also you have to memorize. Yeah, leukocyte. Leukocyte consists of two types. Okay, granulocytes and also agranulocyte. For the granulocyte, please remember the band. B-E-N. Band. Band basophil. B for basophil, E for eosinophil, and N for the neutrophil. For the agranulocyte, okay, lymphocyte and also monocyte. Yeah, okay. So that is referred to the leukocyte. Okay. We go one by one to the granulocyte. So this is neutrophil. Okay, you can see here there is a many granules inside the neutrophil. Okay, and then the nucleus is made up of two to five lobes. Okay, so we can see this is referred to the nucleus that consists of the lobes. And then ingest, okay, what is the function of the neutrophil? Ingest bacterial cells and dead cells or tissues from wounds by phagocytosis. So neutrophil will ingest the bacteria. Yeah, will ingest the bacteria. Yeah, will eat the bacteria, will kill the bacteria. Yeah, okay, by phagocytosis. Okay, and then the second granulocyte is eosinophil. Eosinophil, okay. The nucleus is made up of two lobes. Okay, this is nucleus of the eosinophil, which only has two lobes. Release enzyme. Okay, what is the function of the eosinophil? Release enzymes that fight inflammation and allergy reaction. Okay. Right, so this is referred to the basophil. Yeah, basophil, also granulocytes. Okay, so this is referred to the granules. The number of the basophil is the lowest in the blood. Okay, it's the lowest. Okay, it contains heparin that prevents blood clotting. Yeah, so basophil contain heparin. So the heparin will prevent the blood clot. Yeah, the blood clot. Okay, we go to the agranulocyte. Okay, which is lymphocyte. Okay, lymphocyte contains a large nucleus. Okay, with a very little cytoplasm, produce antibody. Okay, so this is referred to the function of the lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is very important, yeah, into our body. Okay, because the special function of the lymphocyte is it can produce antibodies. Yeah, produce antibodies to destroy bacteria and virus that enter into the body. So can also produce antitoxin against toxins. Yeah, toxins refer to the toxic substance. Yeah, that are produced by bacteria or virus. Okay, that is referred to the lymphocyte. Produce antibody. Okay, we go to the monocyte, the biggest leukocyte. The biggest leukocyte is monocyte. Yeah, the spherical shaped nucleus ingests the bacteria and dead cells or tissue by phagocytosis. Okay, so the monocyte function is ingest the bacteria, yeah, by phagocytosis. So the monocyte has same function with the with what? With the neutrophil. Yeah, with the neutrophil. Ingest bacteria and dead cells by phagocytosis. Okay, next we go to the human blood vessels. Okay, so human blood vessel consists of artery, vein, blood capillaries. Okay, so this is referred to the artery of our heart. Artery, yeah, artery of the human blood vessels, and this is referred to the vein, yeah, vein of the circulatory system here, and this is referred to the capillary. Yeah, blood capillaries. Okay, so you have to remember that blood capillaries is only made up of one cell thick. Yeah, one cell thick. Okay, make sure you know the structure of the artery and also the vein and the blood capillaries. So the location of the blood capillaries is between the artery and the vein. Okay, we go to the artery. The arteries are referred to the blood vessels that transport blood out of the heart. Okay, starting from the aorta. So aorta is referred to the largest arteries. So the blood will flow out, will be transported by the aorta, yeah, okay, out of the heart. The function of the artery is to quickly transport blood at the high pressure to the tissues. Okay. Then the blood in the artery is under high pressure because of the pumping action of the heart. Okay. Arteries are blood vessels that transport blood out of the heart. So you have to know that what is the function of the arteries? Arteries will transport blood out of the heart. Okay, the aorta is the main artery that leaves the heart. So this is referred to the aorta. Okay, referred to the aorta. Aorta branches, yeah, the branches to the arteries. Okay, the artery expands when the blood is received from the heart. Therefore, the artery wall is elastic to stop it from breaking due to the high pressure blood that flows through it. Okay, so you have to remember that arteries a wall is elastic. Okay, why elastic? Because of what? Because to withstand to the high pressure of the blood. Yeah, blood that flows through it. Right, so the branches of an artery become small vessels known as arterioles. Alright, so the arterial branches the small vessel called as arterioles, yeah, when they reach the body tissues. And the arterioles continues to branch out and ends at the capillaries. Yeah, so the end of the arterioles is capillaries. The group of capillaries is called capillary network. Yeah, the group of capillaries is called capillary network. So vein, we go to the vein. Yeah, vein capillaries rejoin to form larger blood vessels called venules. Yeah, capillaries rejoin to form a larger blood vessel called venules. Okay, all right. So this is referred to the vein. Yeah, the color, the blue color. Yeah, the blue color blood vessel here. It is a vein. The venules combine to form veins that transport blood back to the heart. Okay, so what is the function of the vein? Transport blood back to the heart. Okay, vena cava. Yeah, vena cava is the main vein that carries deoxygenated blood back to the heart. The difference between arteries, capillaries, and veins are given. Yeah, given in the table. Later we'll discuss. Right. So this is referred to the blood capillaries. Right. So this is a capillaries or capillaries network. Yeah. Capillaries are blood vessels with thin walls as thick as one cell. Yeah. Okay. So the thickness of the capillary wall is just one cell thick. Okay. The blood capillaries allow the exchange of the gases to occur between the blood and the cells through diffusion. Okay, nutrients, excretory substance, and hormones can diffuse through the blood capillaries. Okay, so you have to remember that the location of the blood capillaries is between the arteriole and the venule. Yeah, between the arteriole and the venule. Alright. So let's go to the comparison between these three types of the blood vessels.